Yo, we are here. We are back at this shit after a long time. Okay, so hello guys. Welcome back to another episode of X-Current Gaming. Or not X-Current Gaming, like, welcome to another episode of, what the fuck was the name of the show? DriveTalk, yes, I forgot, I haven't recorded anything in a very long time. I forgot how to do this shit. I installed some mods for Assetto Corsa. We will see how this video turns out. I tried a slightly different setup of my microphone than usually, so the audio should be good now. Also, if you're hearing some shit in the background, that's my window. I have an open window and I have like a portable AC unit connected to it. But because it's cold outside, I don't need to run it, and there's like that cloth shit all over the edges of the window. You know what I mean. There's gonna be weird sounds between the outside, and I have an open window. So, what the fuck I wanted to talk about today? Well, the topic is really simple, and it's something I want to do like a full-on rant video, like that, you know, that Gerber Johnson type of video. I wanted to make a video about this topic, but first up I need to like organize my thoughts, and to do that I need to record this episode. So the whole thing basically about e-girls, because lately I've been seeing a lot of e-girls on my Instagram feed and in my reels, and on Twitter I've seen a lot of people discussing e-girls. And the thing about e-girls is that a lot of them that you see nowadays are e-girls, are like fake goth e-girls. That's the whole thing nowadays. Like, to put it more simply, hold on, I gotta close that fucking window because it's distracting and it's probably going to rain in a little while, so I gotta put this shit away. That's closed. Okay, sorry for that little break. I'm not cutting this shit, but here's like a post. I'm going to show you a post from Uncle Doomer. I don't know if it's gonna show, but it's this for those who are just listening to this video on, and you have it on your second screen. It's from Uncle Doomer on Twitter, and the thing says, the repairman stopped and thought, oh, you're so type of upgraded chungus, and made a mental note to double your invoice, which is, in my opinion, really fucking funny. Because he reacted to the Heinz Bean pile of this one e-girl called Raven, who is trying to be like a super, or is an alternative type of dressing woman. And her posts specifically have been cropping up, especially in my Instagram feed. And why? Well, because she is an e-girl, and Instagram loves pushing this type of women, because a lot of men are thirsting over women, but she is different from other e-girls, and that, I think, at least I believe, that she doesn't have any sort of OnlyFans or any side porn career, or whatever you would want to call it. She's like a regular gal, but she has that sort of online presence where she basically acts like epic Reddit chungus. I'm a quirky goth GF girl type of girl. I'm an alternative girly, and people love me for it, and I'm so quirky. And I don't hate her personally, but I hate the style of content where maybe she really is goth, because, you know, she has tattoos and shit. She dresses up like a goth, but it's just the aesthetic. It's the whole thing with fetishization of subcultures, and more specifically with the fetishization. I haven't spoken English in quite a long time. Can you notice that I haven't recorded in like 6 months? And people just started fetishizing over in the last 5 years. I think this started happening. People started fetishizing goth girls, to a point where now we have an entire class of influencers that are gals, women, that adopt this goth girl aesthetic, that try to look gothy, but in reality they just put on some black lipstick, white foundation, they dye their hair blue, they wear only black clothes, and what do they do next? Well, they make some funny posts on their social media pages that get them going viral, because men are fucking horny and enjoy watching this type of shit. And then they subtly put a linker tree link in their bio, and if you go there to see like, oh, what does she have? Does she have some Etsy shop? Does she make some jewelry? Or does she make music maybe? Or does she paint something? Is she a tattoo artist? Because you would expect a goth to have some tattoos. Or is she like making piercings? Or is she doing anything? And then you open that linker tree and it's just porn. Like, they straight up, I call these bitches e-whores, and I'm not afraid of like the feminist clap back against me, because that's what they are. They are e-whores. They are whoring themselves out. They are saying, look at my body, I'm a filthy fucking whore. Like, not expressly, it's like a subtle whoreness, I would call it. Like, they are subtly trying to tell you, or like trying to get you to click on a link in their bio. What the fuck is this? I've never seen this. I've never been here. This was blocked before, I think. This is like a... Yes, this is like a bus station. This is something new. Oh, cool. Well, anyway. These whores, these e-whores, because there's a difference from somebody being an e-girl and somebody being an e-whore. There's an important distinction here. So how do we make this distinction? If you have, because there are stages to this, you can have a goth girl, and if she makes actually good content, then it's just like a goth girl. She's a goth girl. She is making content. That's like none of these labels apply to her, right? Oh fuck, I just went in a circle. Yeah, okay, I gotta go up here. It doesn't matter. Like, no labels apply to her. She just has this aesthetic. She lives this sort of a lifestyle. That's it. That's literally it. So she is not an e-girl, not an e-whore. She is just a woman on the internet making content. Then you have the next degree. I'm just making this shit up as I go. Like, literally, I'm making this shit up as I'm talking. I have no script here. And the next step, I believe, is the e-girl. You know the sort of girl. Your traditional e-girl, like, I don't know, I don't follow this scene, like Eva Langevin or whatever the fuck her name is, or Raven, if you know that Heinz Bean Pal girl that collects like cans or full cans of beans for some fucking reason, because Epic Chungus moment, I'm so fucking quirky, right? Those types of girls, like, they don't make adult content or porn. They aren't whores, but they adopt like this specific aesthetic that's not that's not like, you know, fake goth or like goth for attention. It's alternative. I would call it alternative. Like, the e-girl e-girl goths are alternative. That's the whole thing. Like, usually when you ask these girls what they listen to, they don't even listen to like goth music. They just appropriated the looks, and it's certainly all right, but then don't call yourself goth. Or many of these girls probably don't call themselves goth, but you know what the fuck I mean. You're not dumb. You can assume some things. You know what the fuck I mean here. And I'm not against these girls specifically. What I am against are because are like more the streamers, or I don't really like streamers, to be honest. As you might have noticed by now, I don't really like the streaming world, and a lot of these girls are streamers. Like, a lot of e-girls are streamers, and they are exploiting or trying to attract attention, male attention, by being so quirky, like so tomboyish, maybe even. Right, but the problem here is we all can see what the fuck they are doing. Like, we all know what the fuck is going on. Like, they are trying to appeal to lonely men who are they are trying to appeal to lonely men who will become parasocial with them often. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, I really do need to turn on the light in here. Okay. Like, a lot of men will watch these e-girls and they will have some delusions of, like, oh, if I donate enough, maybe she will like me, or she will remember my name. And it's parasocial. This whole sphere of e-girls is incredibly parasocial. And I don't really like that, because some of these girls don't hide the fact that they have a boyfriend. Maybe sometimes they are open about it. It really depends on case-by-case basis. But the main point is being this quirky, boyish, chungus, alt-dressing, goth-like dressing girl that that looks like a goth girl but really isn't, and has nothing to do with the subculture. To which I gotta say, like, girls saying that they are like, I'm not goth, I'm alt, I'm alternative. Well, what the fuck even is alt anymore? Like, it doesn't have one specific way of dressing. There's like several different trends, several ways of doing your hair that are not similar to each other, different ways of doing makeup. It doesn't have any sort of way of thinking. Like, it's not a hive mind, and I'm not saying that all subcultures have to be a hive mind, but when you come to a subculture, or when you are a part of a subculture, you adopt that subculture, maybe because you agree with some of the views the subculture has, and you maybe like besides dressing in a certain way, maybe you also listen to a certain kind of music, and maybe even you gather with similar people with similar lifestyles, and there's maybe a community you're a part of that is like a bunch of goths hanging out together and listening to music together and going to gigs together. That's what being a goth is. It has a certain way of dressing, a certain music, and certain views on the world. And that's what these fox goth, like, not like fox like the animal, I mean like the French word, the F-A-U-X, fox goth. That's what these fox goth girls are. They adopt the aesthetic just because it's been fetishized to hell. Right, and what's the next step in this? Like, how do we one up this? Well, the logical next evolution is the mentioned e-horse. Like, outright e-horse. Like, girls that maybe they don't stream. I haven't seen that many e-horse stream when I, like, try to research this shit. But Oh shit, I got it. Oh fuck, did I just fuck my engine up? No, I didn't. Oh no, I switched to reverse. Okay. So, often, with these e-whores, they are maybe not streamers. But what I've seen recently, a disturbing trend, is these e-whores exploiting ASMR, like calling you a good boy. Or being like, oh, I'm a mommy, goth, dummy, mommy, GF. They are exploiting that whole need of men, that subconscious need of men, that somebody appreciates them for who they are, like that a woman cares for them, because a lot of guys love that. They would love to be babied. Maybe it's infantile in the views of some women, but it's true, many guys would like to have a more dominant woman by their side, and they are exploiting that whole shtick. They are trying to exploit these men. Oh, I think we spawned here. No, this was the spawning point here. Yeah, I just came back. Hey, these e-whores are, that's like their attention grabber, right? With the e-girls, the attention grabber was the fact that they have something quirky about them. Either they hang around guys, or they stream video games, or they have a giant pile of beans in their streaming room, you know. That sort of shit. About e-whores, that their hook, the whole thing about them is that they make ASMR. I've seen this happen a lot of times. I've seen a lot of women have that sort of bullshit about them. Sorry, gotta take a drink. Oh yeah, I'm glad I closed the window because it started raining rather heavily. But anyways, back to the topic. That's the hook of e-whores, is that they make ASMR and like the whole dummy mommy aesthetic, like that domination kink fetish thing that men have, and they often adopt like more gothy, more like the real goth aesthetic, or maybe like the fake goth aesthetic, like the Fox goth aesthetic. And what the fuck was I gonna say? I just straight up forgot what I was going to say. Fuck. Well, anyways, with these e-whores, they have that aesthetic. They like exploit the loneliness of men, and they exploit the fetishization of goth girls, and they start making porn, like outright OnlyFans girls, and this is like the new meta. This is like the shit that I like keep seeing these girls on my Instagram feed. I'm not interested in that. I don't follow any porn stars. I don't. At least I think so. But like maybe Sasha Grey. She's like the only one I'm following. She just because of her streaming clips. Like God knows what I did in the past. And he knows about my sins when it comes to that woman. But yes, I goon sometimes, you know. Sometimes, not too often. Fuck, I scraped the car. It's like, yeah, big surprise. I watch porn sometimes. Big fucking surprise. But I never fell for this like e-girl bullshit. I never fell for these e-whores. Like, why the fuck are these women all around settling? Why is Instagram recommending them to me? Well, it's because I listen to a lot of ASMR, and I think quite a lot of ASMR artists followed, like both women and men. Like I think like half my feed is basically ASMR, and ASMR by itself is not a porn category. ASMR can be an element in porn, but ASMR by itself is not porn. The thing is, a lot of these e-whores adopt elements from ASMR, like the whispering or like the videos. Some even make ASMR channels. And they do this shit because they know that men will watch it. Because men are lonely. And men want to see a woman who is dominant and soft with them and like the dummy mommy stereotype. You know, that's basically what I mean here. So we are 20 minutes in. And I think when I was thinking about what to say today in today's episode, I've had something more to say about this. And what I wanted to say is that I think that it's disgusting that ASMR is being used as like a marketing tactic for e-whores who are trying to get men to watch their porn, because I think a lot of this like social media stuff that happened a few years ago where it was like links to OnlyFans were banned, so a lot of e-whores and whores started marketing themselves as like the extra content and bio, check my bio, check all my social medias, maybe there's something special, or maybe they like put something like in their bios to indicate that they make porn content, like a pepper or like a Red Hot Chili Pepper or some shit. Red Hot Chili Pepper, I just got a fucking flashback by the fucking band playing with socks on their cocks. Fuck. Mental flashbang like a motherfucker. But back to the topic, fuck. But a lot of e-whores do that. And social media sites push this shit because men keep watching it, and that's why I am not expressly anti-porn. Like, yeah, do whatever the fuck you want, but porn is bad for you. No fucking shit. And a lonely man that will watch this shit needs more discipline. I think you need some discipline in your life, and you must stop watching this shit. It's not bad to watch ASMR or like dummy mommy ASMR. I don't think that it's bad. Maybe it is. Maybe it has the same effect as porn does on your brain. But what I mean is that stop watching porn and stop giving these e-whores your attention. Just don't do it. Like, have some fucking self-respect. Like, it's not bad to watch ASMR, as I've said multiple times, but it's bad when it's only the e-whores that you're watching. Like, I think that like in the history of e-whores, because I used to be really fucking strongly addicted to porn, like the first e-whore that there ever was Cherry Crush, if I remember correctly. She was like, from my memory, she was like the first one that really started doing all this like ASMR and OnlyFans bullshit. And she marketed herself as this quirky old girl. Or, you know what I mean, like she's doing ASMR and she's really popular with the guys. But in reality, she was doing it all just to sell porn, and that was like the main thing she did. And she was open about it. Like, yeah, I'm a porn star. I do all this shit. I sexualize myself because I'm a porn star. What the fuck do you expect me to do? It's like a marketing tactic. She did not say that expressly, but we all know that what it was. Like, yeah, she's a porn star. Duh. But with these e-whores, it's not apparent that they are porn stars right from the start. Why? Because they can no longer market their porn content, or they say that they don't want to be remembered by their porn. Like, porn doesn't define me. Yeah, but once a porn star, everyone will always know you're a porn star. Like that whole thing with Lana Rhoades. Like, she wants all. I think it was Lana Rhoades, at least. I don't know. I don't know these modern porn stars by their name, but I think some streamer was dating her for some time or some shit. I don't know. But she said that she wanted to delete all of her porn videos from the internet. And I think that Riley Reid had some beef with penguins though, or like Charlie White or Moist Critical, whatever the fuck you call him. Like, these porn stars start experiencing like not the buyer's regret, but the seller's regret. Like, people will remember you if you start making porn. People will remember that fact, because a lot of men are gooners, and you will not be able to hide from it. Like, like one day, like imagine this. One day you will quit porn, you will somehow try to delete your entire online presence, and you will get a job. You will delete your Facebook page, your Instagram page, Twitter page, whatever it is, right? Any kind of social media account. You will try to delete it. And what will that achieve? Because there will still be tons of people who had pirated your paid content and had it put up on the internet, right? The internet will remember you. You can't delete that because there's a surprisingly big amount of porn hoarders. Like, surprisingly big amount, but like, there's a lot of porn hoarders. There's like entire like sites that catalog rare porn and shit. Like, there is a lot of it. There's a lot of like porn on the internet, and once you post something on the internet, that porn is gonna stay there. And when your employer Googles you, like, oh, like maybe he Googles your name, and somehow that name will be connected to one of those porn accounts that somebody is like, oh yeah, she's like, I don't know, like foxy girl on the internet, but this is her real name. She's like Shauna Bratz or whatever the fuck. Like, Shauna Bratz is the real name of Foxy Claus or whatever the fuck her name is. And that's gonna be online forever because that name has been connected to your real name. So the employer is just gonna be, what? You've been a porn star and you wanna work in front of, like, with customers? No, you're not doing that. Thank you. We wanna wish you well in your future endeavors and whatever the fuck. Get the fuck out of my office. I don't want a filthy whore here. Because that's how a lot of people still think. And, oh, we should not stigmatize, like, sex workers. Bitch, I've seen you eat 7 asses in a gangbang with 7 men. I've seen a bitch put milk enema in your ass and you farted the milk out into the camera. I've seen you do the most vile sexual acts that don't involve blood or shit, but I've seen you drink piss on camera. Do you think that I want my customers to get flashbanged with the images of you drinking piss as you make with the images of you drinking piss while you make their burgers with your piss-stained hands, motherfucker? I don't want you here. Like, that's what's gonna happen. Like, what the fuck are you expecting, bitch? Like, you're dumb. You should have never made porn. And that's why I'm sort of anti-porn and why I don't want women starting their porn careers, because that shit will stick with you forever. Like, it's gonna ruin you. Like, there are still old heads out there. There are conservative people out there. There are young Gen Z people out there who will recognize you, and you'd be like, oh, so if these conservative men didn't watch porn, then how would they recognize me? Good point. The thing is, they can just do a reverse image search of you. Like, a lot of employers, what they do nowadays is, like, they ask you to provide a picture in your RV or RV, not RV, in your CV or whatever. They will ask you to provide a picture, and what they will do with that picture is that they will have the bot. They will have a bot or AI compare your face to, like, some database of porn stars or like felons or some shit. And eventually your totally normal selfie photo that's for like your ID or some shit, that shit eventually will spit out a scene of you having 3 layers of cum from 8 different men on your face. Like, eventually that will come back. Like, it's like a fucking boomerang that doesn't come from the front but from the back. It just like loops around and hits you in the back of your head. It's basically that. So you can't escape your porn past, right? So never start making porn. And my argument would be never start watching porn. Like, yeah, I'm a Christian guy, and I understand that disgracing the Lord every now and then is not probably good for my spiritual life or my physical life, but you know, the guy's gotta do what the guy's gotta do. You gotta let it go every once in a while. I'm not a no-fapper. I think that a lot of no-fap is like mysticism centered around not masturbating and like these weird sexual energies. I think it's all bullshit. Once you get deeper into like the whole no-fap thing, you will understand like, oh, this is like astrology shit for men. Okay. You know? So another thing that I wanted to discuss in terms of like these e-girls and all this bullshit that I found really funny. Oh shit. Another thing that I found really funny is that, you know, when it comes to these e-girls, they often call themselves, or not e-girls, but when it comes to e-whores, that's the term, e-whores and porn stars, when they call themselves sex workers, a lot of these OnlyFans girls will not tax their income. Like they don't want to pay taxes on their income, like on the money they made. Like, okay, you want to be respected, you want to be like, I'm a sex worker. People go to me to watch me getting fucked, or they come to me to fuck me, you know, or do some shit with me. Like some men maybe enjoy having a woman that would kick them in their nuts, you know, or like a dummy mommy. Oh shit, we gotta slow down before we crash. Some men will pay women to do weird shit to them, and yeah, so if you are a sex worker, if you want to be respected, if you indeed are serious about being a sex worker, then pay your fucking taxes. And often what you will see with these horses, like, oh no, the taxation is theft, like suddenly you adopt the libertarian or like the traditional American capitalist view, like minimize the taxes. So suddenly you don't want to tax your shit. Okay, so now you understand what it feels like to be a regular person with a regular job that's taxed to hell. Cool. Now you know the struggle of a real person. You lazy fuck. Like a lot of these bitches enjoy sex. I'm gonna call them bitches because I have zero respect for like these women that will whore themselves out, even though I watch porn sometimes. I know it's contradictory, but a lot of these women, let's not call them bitches. Let's not do that. I changed my mind. Let's not call them bitches, let's call them women. A lot of these women are really lazy, and the only thing that they can do physically is fuck. Like, they know how to be sexual, and maybe it's fun for them. And yeah, sex can be fun, it can be cool, it can be all this shit, you know. But a lot of them just do that. They want to get fucked for money, and that's it, because they can't do any sort of a job. Like, it's the only sex, I think, is the only thing that we just know how to do it naturally, like without ever interacting with something else, and we can suppress it, and you know what the fuck I mean. I'm getting lost in my words here, but they are too lazy to do any real work. Like, a lot of these women are too lazy to get a real job, and that's, I think, sort of my point here. Is that they, with that whole taxation thing, like, they want to have a shit ton of money, but they don't want to tax it because somebody will take their money away, and they want to have a shit ton of money, and they are lazy. So what will they do? Oh, they will just get fucked on camera, or they will jerk off on camera. Not jerk off, but finger themselves up, bang themselves. You know what the fuck I mean. But a lot of them are lazy. Like, e-horse I think, are lazy as fuck. Like, they often don't do anything else besides like content, and doing online content is really fucking easy. Like, sometimes it can be stressful if you are a single guy or a single person that has little to no support from other people. Then yeah, content creation can be hard. Like independent musicians or independent artists and that such. People who make some sort of content to advertise their Etsy shops, or that they are making some things, I understand that can be stressful. But overall, if you're just creating content, if your main thing is just content creation, then your life is not harder than a guy that works 12-hour shifts every day. Like, yeah, I make content on the internet, but I also work not like a 9 to 5 but 8 to 8 job. I work 4 days a week, basically 12 hour long shifts. Like, I have a regular ass job, I'm paying bills, I have an apartment. Like, I'm just living life, when I'm making content when I feel like it. And if this bullshit channel ever becomes mainstream, then yeah, I will have to start like some sort of company, I think, or like get some permits or some shit, and I will have to tax my income from ad revenue properly, or general revenue from this shit. If it starts to make some passive money, then yeah, I will have to tax it, and I will get help taxing it. But that's the problem, because I'm not going to be prideful in what I am, but factually, I'm a regular ass citizen that doesn't want to break the law. Like, I don't want to go behind the law's back, and I don't want to do some criminal shit. Like, I just want my money clean so that there are no problems down the line. I don't need a lot of money to enjoy myself and enjoy my living situation and shit. Like, yeah, I'm living here alone, and I can make it through the month. Like, some extra money would be nice, of course. It always is. Money is always nice. But what these e-whores often do is that they don't tax their shit properly. Like, if I remember correctly, a couple of years back, there was this whole controversy with people reporting OnlyFans girls, I believe it was. They were reporting them to feds or to IRS. I remember correctly, bitches were getting fucking death threats by the government. Like, nobody wants to fuck with the IRS. So the tax man comes collecting his dollars and you don't have him, and you're like, oh, fuck, I was a real sex worker. I didn't know that being a sex worker means that you have to pay taxes like you're a worker, because the working part is there. You're either a whore or a sex worker. Choose a path. Like, if you don't want to be a whore, then be a sex worker, but pay your fucking taxes is what I'm saying. Like, I have to pay taxes too, bitch. Like, that's what gets me mad about them. It's like, this money hungry, they will do anything. They will exploit men, they will exploit their feelings, they will exploit their fetishes, like with the whole goth thing. They will do all that shit just to make a buck, and it's disgusting. I believe that it is super disgusting, like the whole thing, like that whole tax evasion thing. I think is a big part of this. Like, maybe many of these e-whores and porn stars, not prostitutes, because that's an entire different category of this shit, but many of these e-whores probably don't tax their shit properly because they want to make money. Then they want to make a lot of money, and losing even a little bit of money will hurt them. Like, they don't want to give their money to the government. So what will they do to maximize their money? Well, they will jump on a trend, or yeah, they will jump on the trend. What's the current big trend? Oh, I will be a goth dummy mommy girlfriend. I will dress goth. I will dye my hair black. I will wear black nail polish. I will wear all this shit to market myself as a goth, even though I'm really fucking not. And I will do all this shit because men like that, and they will straight up buy my OnlyFans, they will buy my Patreon, they will buy anything because they want to see me naked, and I will tease them with that, and that will, like, my tits and my pussy will only be in the highest tier, that's like $100 a month, and like the lower tiers will get less nudity, or maybe the lowest tier is occasionally a side boob or two. You know, like that sort of shit. That's how I would do it personally if I was a e-whore that had no morals, basically. Yeah, that's what I believe. That's what these e-whores are doing. Like, they are money hungry, and so they jump on these trends. And it's only in, like, I think it's been like the past month or so that e-girls were, and like all e-girls, or all fox, goth girls, all e-whores started getting real pushback online, like with the whole LARPing thing, which is like the wannabe thing in the past, or, you know, like, it's not specifically about like what the weeaboos. Yeah, weeaboos actually respect and love the thing that they are LARPing as, like the Japanese. But these whores, or e-whores and e-girls, they don't respect the original culture. They just adopt the whole aesthetic just because it's what girls do nowadays to gain attention. And real goths have been getting pissed off by that. Fuck, I gotta pull up. I gotta pull up here. Oh, fuck. I gotta have a drink. And real goths have been getting real pissed off lately about this shit. What do I mean by that? Well, real goths started getting mad that their whole aesthetic, that their subculture, that their way of life is now just a piece of fuck meat. You know, it's sad because they're right. Like, they've been fetishized to hell, to a point where everyone forgot what being goth was even about. Like, right now, when you think of a goth, you think of a porn star. You don't think of this weirdo that hangs out in a club, that has really extreme makeup, and that does their hair in crazy ways, and that listens to like this really dark music, and that has certain views. No, that's not what you imagine anymore. You imagine a whore getting fucked. That's it. It's everyone is pissed off by this, and even like men are starting to wake up to this. Like, I've seen like these videos of like fake goth girls that have OnlyFans doing like some weird like comedy bullshit, and it's like not funny at all. Like that whole I've seen this reel today, and it's what made me finally record this video when I've seen it. And it's like that old guy in like the hospital, like saying, like, the doctors are basically asking like, what would save this guy? He's on the verge of death. What would save him? And the old guy is like, goth girls. And like a bunch of fox goth girls / e-whores run into the room, and they're like, old guy, he likes goth girls, yay! And I was watching that shit like, this is supposed to be comedy, this is supposed to be funny, this is supposed to be relatable. Like, yeah, I do like goths, but not because of the porn. I like goths because of, well, like in general, I like the goth aesthetic. I don't adopt it myself, or I can't speak anymore, but I haven't adopted this aesthetic myself, but I appreciate it. I appreciate the subculture and what it did for many other subcultures. You know, like, I'm appreciative of goths. Oh shit, the car is getting fucked. Well, whatever. I appreciate goths and this goth subculture. Do I find it hot? Yes, I do find goths hot. But I don't find them just hot for the sake like, oh, I don't like goths just for the sake like, oh, I like goths because they are so sexy and they get my dick up. No, I find it sexy in general, but it's not the main reason why I like them. You know, it's not like the porn thing, not the porn brain thing. That's why I like them. Like, they were like one of the first, along with I think like the original skinheads and punks, they were like one of the first real subcultures, like in 70s or 80s, I believe, if I remember correctly. Like, they were one of the first subcultures, and without them we wouldn't have many of the aesthetics in dressing that we have today. and that I appreciate them for that. But there's a difference between just appreciating goth girls and being into like, oh, I just want to fuck a goth girl, I just want to fuck her, I just care about what she looks like reducing somebody down to a piece of fuck meat just because of what they look like. That's straight up evil, and that just devalues the women and maybe even men who are in the subculture. It just dehumanizes them. It turns them into like sexual objects. It's sexual objectification of these people, and they don't deserve that. Like, men started liking this shit because it was something, because they were conditioned or something like that into believing that the goth girl aesthetic is like the whole part of the whole goth dummy mommy GF thing, because it's something you didn't really see in the past and you still don't really see regularly, but it's been sexualized beyond all belief, and it was not meant to be sexualized. Like, the whole goth subculture was never supposed to be some porn thing or some fetish thing. It was just, this is me, this is who I am. And maybe I'm going in circles with this, but it's what else can you do than go in circles in this, because everything in this is connected. Like, everything refers back to everything, and like everything I've mentioned here today, I think that it's like that. I really do believe that men are porn-brained. I really think that some women are exploiting them. I think that they are exploiting the whole goth girl aesthetic just because it makes them a lot of money, and they want to make a lot of money real quick, so they turn themselves into e-whores and into basically prostitutes and into porn stars. Like, that's the whole thing. There's nothing more to it, nothing less, nothing more. It's all connected. It goes in circles. Maybe I repeated some of these points that I've said here today too many times, and I apologize for that, because this has been like this all has been like freestyled by me. But yeah, maybe in the future I will turn this into a more coherent video. And yeah, so that's it. Bye. Fuck, the car didn't die.